everyone. Welcome back. Near Mint Nerd here for the I Got Issues Network. Back with my new Wednesday haul video. It's Wednesday, September 27th. I just got back from my comic shop a few hours ago, gathered up all my fun books, and I'm ready to go. Welcome nobody. I love doing the live show because I know there's nobody here besides me, and that's kind of perfect. Because really this is just an extension of my old show where I was able to pre-tape and then do, some editing and stuff like that. Now, just for the ease of getting it out quicker, I'm going live for nobody because I do it at weird times. It's like Wednesday at, I don't know, it's like 2 o'clock Eastern time. Most people are at work or, whatever. So, you'll be watching this later anyways, I'm sure, whoever, kind of finds it. But in the meantime, I'm going to go live here with some of the new books that came out today at my local comic shop here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. If you're joining me, great. If not, no problem. You'll see this later. This is an evergreen show. You can watch it anytime. You don't have to watch it live. All good. I'm going to flip us around here so I can show you my books, and I might have to reset just a touch, so give me just a brief second here. I'm going to get the hang of, I don't know, it never seems to frame properly when I turn it around. Okay, so here we go. What do we have today at the old shop? So the first thing I want to show you is some holdover stuff, some stuff I picked up from last week. Or stuff that came from places other than my local comic shop, such as this first book that I'm going to show you right here, Star Trek: The Next Generation from IDW, Mirror Broken: The Origin of Data, as a celebration of Star Trek's 30th anniversary. This is a Loot Crate exclusive comic. So my son gets the Loot Crate. Phone's ringing. Don't worry, I don't have to pick that up. But you will have to listen to it ring a few times. So, hey, anything can happen during a live show, am I right? Okay, so like I was saying, this is a Loot Crate original, exclusive, from my son's Loot Crate. We find that whenever he gets comics, he doesn't quite know what to do with them, so he always kind of gives them to me. This one was in a poly bag. I told him, go ahead, open it up, read it, enjoy it. But he was like, no, Dad, you take it. You do your thing with it. So I left it in the poly bag, and I popped it into a bag and board, and I'm showing it to you now. So anyone out there who gets Loot Crate, or anyone who doesn't, this is the type of thing that sometimes comes in it. I would say twice, maybe 3 times a year, there's an exclusive comic. Not very often, but it's always a nice surprise when it shows up. Next up, I have a holdover from last week. It is Realm #1 from Image Comics. This one I just somehow missed. I had it in my pile, and I left the store without it. So my comic shop guy, being the great guy that he is, was very, very accommodating. He popped it back, and I left it sitting on the counter. It could have been snatched up because I think there's it's the whole thing that goes on with Image Comics these days, where all #1s get swept up and they go on eBay for $100, and that lasts about 2 weeks, and then they come back down to earth. Same thing happened with this. Became a $10, $15 book. My comic shop could have easily sold it for that. They did not. They put it back in my folder and sold it to me for cover price because they knew that I left it there. That's the kind of service I get at a local comic shop. If you belong to a local comic shop, if the same thing happened to you, you left that book sitting on the counter, and they took that and they sold it to another customer, then you are at the wrong comic shop, my friend. That is not good customer service. I appreciate my guys. Shout out to Ed and Dan. What else do we got here? Okay, so I also got from my local comic shop. I didn't even ask for these. I don't know where these came from. They were just in my bag when I got home. They were 3, I think, free giveaways. Yeah, it says free up in the corner there. Right here, free. Looks to be the celebration of Harley Quinn's 25th anniversary in comics. I think it's her anniversary in comics, or is it just her anniversary in general? I'm not sure. It could be the anniversary of creation of, when she would first appeared on the Batman animated series. I'm not sure. But it's been 25 years for one of those two things. So very exciting. There's this one. That's a pretty cool cover. I love that. Really cute. Also, we got this one. That's definitely Amanda Connor. Very nice. Love that Amanda Connor goodness. You know what? Sometimes I was talking about Harley Quinn a couple of weeks ago, and I totally was saying Rachel Dodson, Terry and Rachel Dodson, and I meant Amanda Connor. And you know what? I mix those guys up all the time, and I feel terrible about it. I don't know why. Amanda Connor and the Dodsons, I always mix up. I'm so sorry, guys. You have very distinct styles. I don't know why I do that. This, of course, is Amanda Connor. Beautiful, beautiful cover. We got take it easy there. Live show that I'm currently putting on for a grand total of 0 people. All right. Harley Quinn, another one. Yep, free comic book. Another cool cover. This one in homage to the Dark Knight. I don't know, Strikes Again or some such. I don't remember. I don't remember things anymore, guys. Sadly, my memory is going, but that's okay. That's not your problem. All right, so there it is. Beautiful, beautiful cover, beautiful homage cover. Nice to see Harley getting a little bit of love. Not that there was ever a time she did. People seem to love their Harley and always have. This is always also a holdover from last week. Longtime watchers of the previous incarnation of the show remember that my comic shop, for whatever reason, because they have 2 locations, all the 40th anniversary Star Wars cover go to the other location that I don't shop at on the Wednesday. And then during the course of the week, they bring them over to my store. So I don't get these covers until a week later. So this actually was released a week ago, Poe Dameron number 19. And here it is showing up in front of me at on my cover corner here 1 week later than expected. Actually, not later than expected. It's when I expected it. Hey, there's some people. Oh, nope. They're gone as soon as they arrived. Okay, what else do we got here? We got Flash number 31. This is Flash Rebirth. See, this is the kind of thing that I could have easily edited out in my old show. But now that I'm doing the live shows, not as easy. Even though there's nobody here, I still can't take this and edit it out. Just not going to happen. Okay, so what do we got? We got The Flash. Josh Williamson. Who's this artist? Googe. Is he new? This is the B variant cover. Howard Porter, I believe, does the variant covers. Beautiful cover. I'm actually way behind on The Flash. I think the last issues I read of The Flash were the buttoned. So I have no idea what the storyline is. But The Flash, it's hard for me to I always say The Flash is one of my favorite characters, in my top 3 characters, but that's not true. Wally West was in my top 3 characters when he was The Flash. That hasn't been the case for a while. I found my interest waning. I'm not a huge Barry Allen fan, it turns out. The Flash is not interchangeable. I loved Wally West. He's had nothing to do. He had a little bit of a resurgence, and now he's kind of been swept off the board again or whatever. I don't know. It's really disappointing. So I've got the entire Wally West Flash run. I think it's 225 issues or something crazy, plus the shorter series that followed. I followed that all the way, and then they just, after 15 years, 20 years of him being the Flash, they just wiped him off the fucking. Live show, guys. Live show. I don't want to have that explicit label up, but that one slipped out. Hopefully I won't get into any trouble. But you can tell my distaste with what's going on with the Flash, with this Barry Allen usurper taking over the Flash these last 7 years or so. All right, what else do we got? We got from Marvel, Nick Fury, number 6 by James Robinson and artist Akko. I don't know. I will say the Nick Fury book is really beautiful. I love the layouts. I love kind of the single issue feel of the stories. They're not They're not doing long, 4-6 issue runs. It's just kind of sweet little tales, and I really appreciate that. So that's kind of fun. I don't think this title is long for the world. I would be shocked if it made it past issue 12, if it makes it to 12, because it ain't selling. But you know what? I also like these cover. I love the cover treatment. It's usually 1 or 2 colors. This one has red and a bit of looks like orange. I really like that. I think it's super cool. Every issue has done that up to 6 so far. Next up, we have a little something I like to call The Punisher. Becky Cloonan is killing it on this book. This book is so much fun. Thanks, Wolf and Fox 77. Really appreciate it. These are all books that came out today, released today at local comic shops. Yes, The Punisher, number 16. This is a mature content book, parental advisory, not for kids. But man, it is a lot of fun. This is number 16, and I have to say, there hasn't been a dud in this run. I've been really enjoying it. Just having a great time with this book. All right, let me sweep these away and show you some of the other beautiful books that came out today. Starting with Generations, The Spiders, number 1. Miles Morales Spider-Man, Peter Parker Spider-Man, together again, not for the very first time. In fact, they've had a lot of run-ins with each other over the years. They even have a series going on right now called Spider-Men that is 6 issues, written by Brian Bendis, just like this book is. Who's the artist? Perez. George Perez? Could that be right? Perez, or is it a different Perez? Not sure. Didn't look inside. This is the variant cover. Really, I'm not reading these too much. Sorry, I'm just noticing that it's a little soft focus, so let's see if that fixes the issue. But I am kind of collecting the white covers, the white cover treatments. I like white backgrounds. Don't know why. Always have, so I've been collecting them, and I have one more here. Sam Wilson, Captain America. Steve Rogers, Captain America. I assume these are the last of these books. Sorry, this is driving me crazy that it's not coming into focus. I don't know. There are some shortcomings to the live video. I can never seem to keep things in focus. I use the same equipment, but nothing quite looks quite as well as it does when I do it, just record ahead of time and do the editing. So forgive me for that, guys. Here we have Sam Wilson, Captain America, Steve Rogers, Captain America. Beautiful cover, John Cassaday cover. Just love this cover, actually. Nick Spencer, the architect of the big Secret Empire storyline, which I kind of skimmed. I didn't really love it. Nothing against Nick Spencer. I think he does some good work. I just didn't care for that particular story. It felt like an Elseworlds imaginary tale story. And in the end, of course it was, because it was all wiped away by something cosmic cube, as many of these stories are. Kind of reminded me a little bit of 1608? Or what was it? Was that right? 1608? I think that's right. The one in colonial times where Captain America, something cosmic cube. Kind of the same thing. What else do we got here? Let's see. I'm going to sweep these ones away. Oh, look at that. Our count. Look at all the people here today. Our count is up to 0. What else we got here? Okay, so let's get into Dark, the Metal, DC's Metal. Part 3 of Gotham Resistance is out. Suicide Squad. This is a Dark Knight's Metal tie-in. This is the B cover. Number 26 of Suicide Squad, Gotham Resistance Part 3. The DC Universe Rebirth banner seems to be shrinking, doesn't it? Maybe the next stage is it's just going to disappear altogether. It seems smaller this month. Oh my gosh, it seems like I'm soft focus again. I don't know what's going on, guys. I apologize. Why is it soft focus? Let's pull it in. Boop. There we go. Get it back into focus. Let's see if it stays that way. Don't know if it will. Yeah, there we go. I have not really kind of dug Suicide Squad for the last 10 issues or so. I thought it got off to a great start. And then I was like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Doesn't really dig it. But I am getting this because I read part 1 and 2 of the Gotham Resistance story. It wasn't too bad, so I will get part 3 to part 4. Part 4 will come out next week in Green Arrow, number 26 or 27, whatever number they're up to, not sure. What else do we got here? Our other Dark Knights Metal Book of the Week. There it is. Boop. Number 1, Batman the Murder Machine. So last week we saw, Batman with the Speed Force. And this week we see Batman, I guess if he was similar to Cyborg. I think the idea is that there's a Batman that has similar powers to every member of the Justice League. I think that's where we're going with this. I don't know. We'll see. Frank Thierry's writing this, so I haven't. That's a name I haven't seen for a while. I know he's done a couple of other books recently, but it was nothing I've been reading. I think the last time I read a Frank Thierry comic, it might have been, I don't know, Iron Man in the early 2000s. I actually didn't know he was still active, so good for Frank. Always nice to see his name there. I don't remember him being a terrific writer, but I'll never begrudge a writer for getting work. Let's see, what else do we got here? Oh, excuse me, guys. I'm getting a cold, so of course I'm sniffing and snogging around in here. Not the most attractive thing to listen to. Luckily, there's nobody here with me, so I don't have to worry about that. So here it is, lenticular cover, the Wed.Sept Part 2. This is issue 988 of Action Comics. That's right, 12 issues until we hit 1,000. Legitimately hit 1,000 issues. That's pretty impressive. This is the Wed.Sept. So here's a spoiler coming up. If you don't want to hear it, pause. Just kidding. Nobody's here. But if you're listening later and you don't want to know the spoiler, pause now. All right. Those guys are out of the room, so I can say it. The reveal of Oz has turned out to be none other than Jor-El, Superman's father. And if you believe it's really Jor-El, I have a bridge to sell you. There is no way that that's going to stick. They're going to pull the rug out from under you again, guaranteed. There is no way that that's going to remain Superman's dad. They'll play along with this for a little while, and then they're going to reveal the truth. In the meantime, that's my prediction, by the way. I don't know anything. I'm not a comic insider. I don't have any information. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that hologram. Oh, goodbye, Superman. And then explodey. That's awesome. That is beautiful. It's always great when a lenticular cover works. I'm about to show you a lenticular cover that does not work. Oh my God. Marvel, can you not get anything right? Next up, that's right. It is Marvel's big book of the week. Legacy number 1. The kickoff to their massive event that features all kinds of crazy covers, and hopefully they work better than this one, because my understanding is that it's supposed to be color and then black and white, but I mean it never gets to black and white from the way I can tell. Like, there's the color. I mean, that's not black and white. That ain't black and white, and it's color again. There's no real treatment. I don't understand this. Epic fail. I mean, what's the point of doing a lenticular cover if it doesn't actually do anything? I mean, literally, the color sort of fades a little bit. But that's it. I mean, unless it's one of those tricks of the eyes, and some of us see color and some of us see black and white. You'll have to let me know, guys. Any of you out there seeing black and white right now? I'm not. I'm seeing color and then a little bit less color. A little bit less color. Good job, Marvel. Amazing. Anyways, this is the variant cover. This is the bells and whistles cover, which, as you probably can tell, I'm not crazy about. But they did have a couple of other covers that I am a little crazy about. I picked up 2 other versions of this. I never do this. I never pick up multiple copies, but I could not resist this Terry Dodson cover. That's right. It's a Terry Dodson cover, not an Amanda Connors cover. I got it right. Terry and Rachel Dodson. Wow, I love this cover. I mean, look at that. MJ in all her glory, looking amazing. I'm not sure why Legacy is celebrating NJ in such a significant way. Oh, there goes the. But they are. So deal with it, I guess. And finally, I got one more cover. As if 2 covers weren't enough, I also picked up the Scotty Young cover, which, by the way, and I say this with full respect and full love for Scotty, this cover's a little boring. You know, what I love is like the funny covers where, sure, they're babies, but they're also doing something funny. I don't know. This one, it's just kind of plain in my mind. Uh, I don't dislike it. It's still really cute and fun, but it's not as clever as some of his previous ones. But I do get a little thrill out of seeing Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man together again, even if it's children and even if it's on a cover of this book. All right, guys. I think the last thing I have to show you today is the new Marvel magazine that is a reissue or a continuation of the original Marvel magazine, Foom, which was, I believe, a fan magazine. I didn't think it was a company magazine. But here it is, Foom #1. And if you read the trade dress here, if you read the barcode, I mean, you'll see those 6 numbers right here. This, you guys all know this, I'm sure, but these numbers represent the first 3 numbers of the issue number. So they're saying this is issue 443. And then the next number, the one means first cover, and the other one means first printing. But 443. So I guess perhaps they stopped printing this back in the day, like 30 years ago or whatever, at 442. I'm curious to know, even though they're calling it a #1, which is totally fine. All right, guys, that's today's books. That's all I picked up. I do get some other books. I get a bunch more independent books, but they all come from a mail order service, subscription service, because the one thing my shop is not great at is getting independent books on the shelf. So I pre-order them from a subscription service so I can get the subscription covers. And that service is All New Comics. Really enjoy them. So I mostly get Marvel, DC, some Image, some of the bigger books from my comic shop, and all the oddball stuff, the small press stuff, the independent stuff from the back of the previews guide I get from All New Comics. And I get the monthly service. So they only come once a month, and it's usually sometime in the first week of the next month. So first week of October is when I'm going to read that stuff. Hey, Alex, good to see you, man. Next month is going to be the first week that, next week, is when I'll get my All New Comics subscriptions for September. So I will add those books to this order. Next week I'll show you those books, and I'll just give a little amendment. These are from September, and it'll be all good. All right. Well, it was nice to see Alex the comic hoarder pop by, one of my all-time favorite guys to check in on. He also does a lot of live shows. I appreciate it. He's one of the guys that I really appreciate. The Chinist is here. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Another guy who does amazingly awesome videos. You know what I love about the Chinist is he's one of the only YouTube guys that doesn't just show you the cover. He also kind of flips through the interior of the comics, and I really appreciate that. Hey, thanks, man. Alex says he appreciates me too, and I can't be more honored. These guys are great. Like, it's so good to have this community is absolutely brilliant. As I sign off, I'm inspired now just by seeing Alex and the Chinist here, even for a brief moment, to say that, this community is just really freaking amazing. Oh, thanks. Chinist is just saying that he loves my videos. I love his videos. It's a big love in here on the YouTube comics community. We all inform each other. I watch their videos. I see, books that I didn't even think of, that I didn't know existed. I run out and get them, and then I show them. It's just like this beautiful circle of comics life, and I'm honored to be a part of it. So that's how I'm going to sign off today. Guys, I'll see you again. What I'm trying to do is live videos on Wednesdays and Fridays. To be honest, I don't know what the time of those will be. I'm going to remember to turn my phone off next time, I promise. I don't know what the time will be on that, but it's usually in the afternoon around between 1 and 3 o'clock because that's when I have a little bit of quiet time before the kids get home from school. And I'm at work most of the other time. I'm a working screenwriter, television screenwriter, and believe me, the hours are crazy long. So I got to get these in when I can. But it was a pleasure being with you guys again for a short while. Enjoy your comics, guys. Enjoy your local comic shops, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.